What's going on, everyone? MetalBlade427 here, and I present to you Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Final Mix Remix. In the last episode, we made our valiant return back to Traverse Town, in which we had to go around and collect a bunch of things because we had a bunch of new abilities in order to access stuff, and now we're on a mini-quest, I guess you can say, for Sid. He wants us to take a book that he put back together, and he needs us to go take it back to somebody who is behind this door behind Sora here. Originally it was locked, but what you need to do is fire a fire spell at it in order to pop it open, and now we are able to enter it freely, so let's go in. Alright, well this is a very interesting place indeed. Very cool looking house there. Looks like it kind of has like a hat on it of sorts. Got a bunch of rocks that you gotta jump over in order to get there, and then if you look straight up, you're gonna look in the sky, lots of stars and whatnot. I bet you can probably find a hidden Mickey up there, but again, any three circles together don't necessarily make a Mickey. Now, watch yourself when you jump because these rocks move! Oh, I missed. Alright, these rocks are very tricky. They move back and forth, and they don't exactly move in the correct direction. Sometimes they'll be opposite moving, sometimes they'll be moving the same way. So just kind of pay attention to where they're going. If you fall off of any of these rocks, you have to swim all the way back to shore and do it again, because there is no good, like, jump up point. Alright, so we got a lot of little owl statues all over the house. It seems to be tied together by various strings. We got a Trinity back here. We have a yellow Trinity that we can't do anything with, as well as a chest way down over there at the other end that we can't get to as of yet. Here it is. Into the empty room we go.
There's something about this musty place. It reminds me of the secret place back home, where we used to scribble on the walls. Remember? Kyrie?
Sora?
Sora's kind of losing it, apparently. He really misses her. Don't worry, Sora. We'll find her. Well, well. You've arrived sooner than I expected. What? You knew we were coming? Oh, of course! Are you a Heartless? Yeah, Sora, because he looks exactly like all the other Heartless that we've been fighting, to a T. That's the first place I go when I see this guy. He doesn't look like one. No kidding, Donald. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh my, no. My name is Merlin. As you see, I am a sorcerer. Yeah, I buy the sorcerer thing. You got the getup going for you. I spend much of my time traveling. It's good to be home. Your king has requested my help. King Mickey? Yes, indeed. Donald, Goofy, and who might you be, young man? I'm Sora. Ah, so you have found the key. What did the king ask you to do? Just a moment. So now I'm going to be talking about it a little bit later, but Merlin is from Sword in the Stone, and if you ever watched the movie, this is kind of how he packs and unpacks his stuff. There's actually an interesting little song and dance sequence in which he packs up his bag using his magic, making everything all small and compact and putting it in his bag. Very Mary Poppins-like. You can fit all kinds of stuff in that bottomless bag, because as you can see, he has a lot of things that magically appeared in his area. There now. Ahem. Your king asked me to train you in the art of magic. Something we actually won't be doing. We can start any time you like. Let me know when you're ready to begin the training. Again, something that we're not going to be doing because there's no point to it. Oh, and one more thing. One more thing! Ooh, blue sparkling over a carriage that looks like a pumpkin? I wonder who this could be. Aha! Hello, I'm the fairy godmother. I think she has that accent, whatever. Your king asked me to help too. I will assist throughout your journey. I do not know how much I can be of help, but do stop by anytime. Yeah, sure, whatever, if you say so. I mean, we'll be stopping by here and there every so often, but for right now, let's talk about this guy. This is Merlin, first appearance, Sword in the Stone, in 1963. He is a great sorcerer living on the outskirts of Traverse Town. Merlin's wisdom and magic powers rank second to none, and he teaches Sora and his friends about magic. He has a mysterious bag that can hold anything, no matter how large. Now, Merlin also has a pet owl in the show called, or in the movie called Archimedes, and that's what that owl statue was around this house, is actually Archimedes. And you can kind of hear him hooting in the background whenever you're walking around outside. This one over here, as she introduced herself before, is the fairy godmother, who first appearance was in Cinderella in 1950. She is a powerful but generous and good-hearted fairy who helps Sora and his friends. Slightly absent-minded but an expert at magic, she gives Sora and the others lessons in magic as well as advice on their journey. Okay, so she doesn't really give us any lessons per se, but she does enable us to use that bright stone gem that we got from Leon before in an interesting way. Anyway, back over here we have a blue trinity on the mark, so let us do a trinity jump. This is the only trinity within this household, so we might as well grab whatever we can grab, which looks like some money, as well as a mega ether. Why not? Those I don't think are very easy to come by. Got a little save point, good idea to touch that, so this way you can make a quick back and forth. And now let's talk to Merlin again about the book. Oh, that book! So, Sid asked you to bring this. Thank you! Good thing we did it. You wish to know what kind of book it is? Well, yeah, I mean, it crossed my mind. I don't even know myself. Oh, that's great. Whatever. In fact, it's not mine. So, you stole it? Somehow it found its way into my bag one day. You know what? I say that every time I leave most stores. It was such a curious book, I asked Sid to repair it for me. Well, I guess I'll put it here, somewhere, for now. This book holds a great secret. The missing pages will unlock it, and see how that's green? That means that we have now just unlocked another side quest for us to do. I'll leave the book over there. I think it's a do it, whatever. My best regards to Sid for repairing it for me. Oh, and about that stone of yours. Yes, you should ask the fairy godmother about that. Alright, so I guess we might as well go over and do that, but that's going to be done automatically for us. So here we go. Do you know what this is? Oh, the poor thing. He has turned into a summon gem. A summon gem? That's a pretty specific type of gem. Yeah, right, Sora? Exactly. This little creature lived in a world that was consumed by darkness. Aww. When the world vanishes, so do its inhabitants. But this one had such a strong heart. He became a gem instead of vanishing with his world. Can he regain himself? Yes, but only his spirit. Now watch. Bibbidi, bobbidi, boop! As she says in her famous lines, and we learn the summon spell, Simba, our first summon spell. To use summon magic, you need 3 party members in battle. That would be Donald and Goofy, or at least 3, no more, no less. Each summon spell can only be used once per battle, so every time you get into a new fight, you can use a summons. Be careful, you cannot use summon magic while any party member is KO'd, so again, back to the digital thing, 3 people. And they consume a various amount of MP, and once that's gone, they can go away, or we can voluntarily dismiss them with the command dismiss. Generally speaking, they will probably jump away from us before we get a chance to dismiss them, because they're not very long when they come out on the field. But they can be very helpful, especially in certain situations. And Simba, we will probably end up using, not any time in this world, but in the next world there's a few areas where I know that we can use Simba from. So no worries, no problem. And apparently she's confident that once we restore his world, he can go back. So I'm glad that she thinks that we can do this. Good for her. We're going to do our best. So then, we can actually go into the journal. For once, I haven't ever done this, and go to the character listings, and we can see our first summon, which is right here, Simba, the leader of the Pride. He rules over the other animals of the Pride Lands, his Savannah Kingdom. So it shows you basically how you need to handle him when you summon him. So he'll be walking around the board or the field. You hold triangle in order to power him up, and then you let it go, and he roars, and everything it's basically a screen nuke. He roars, and everything kind of explodes, and the more you hold the triangle, the stronger his roar is going to be. And of course, he roared onto the screen in The Lion King in 1994. And it's probably one of the few times we're going to see Simba in this particular game, because I don't really use summons that much. Now that... yeah, I know we have to go see Sid Merlin. I didn't mean to do anything like that. Don't think I was going back to my gummy ship. Just wanted to touch the save point because I can. So over here we have this mysterious book. If you can kind of get an idea, you probably know what book this is, especially if you've played the game, or if you know anything about Disney, it probably looks very familiar, but this thing is actually missing 5 pages. Each page will unlock a different minigame that you can go into and play and earn items. What I think I'm going to do with this book is I'm going to wait until I have all 5 pages at once and then get through the book straight through. I mean, it doesn't really give anything that I can't not do without, so I can wait on finding the pages, which don't take that long. They're only in a few other worlds out there. Technically, only 4 worlds have pages. The 5th one you're going to get from finding a certain amount of puppies. So that's no problem. We'll be able to do that easy peasy lemon squeezy. I don't really want to jump around these stupid rocks in order to get back, so let's just swim to our exit. We are done here. Let us go to 3rd District and see Sid, because that's what he told us to do in some random house that's here.
There you are. What's going on?
Riku!
Hey, cut it out.
I'm not dreaming this time. Right?
I hope not. Took forever to find you.
Where'd you get that sword?
Riku!
I want the sword.
Wait a second, where's Kairi?
Isn't she with you?
Aww.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure she made it off the island too. We're finally free. Hey, she might even be looking for us now. We'll all be together again soon. Don't worry. Just leave everything to me. I know this...
That's a little overdramatic, Sora, but sure, we'll take it.
Leave it to who?
Sora, what did you...
I've been looking for you, and Kairi too, with their help.
Who are they?
We visited so many places and worlds, looking for you.
Really? Well, what do you know? I never would have guessed.
Oh, and guess what? Sora's the Keyblade Master.
Who was it?
What's that mean?
So, this is called a Keyblade?
And he just yoinked it right from our hands.
Hey, give it back.
Catch.
Can we have just summoned it back to our hands? Isn't that how that works?
Okay, so you're coming with us, right? We've got this awesome rocket. Wait till you see it.
No, he can't come.
What?
Forget it.
Oh, come on. He's my friend.
I don't care.
Oh, he's gone.
Riku? Nice going. Oh well. At least he's okay. And who knows? Maybe we'll run into Kairi soon too.
So that was an unexpected find, being able to actually find one of our long-lost friends. That's one person off the list, even though he disappeared from us again. You hiding back here, Riku? Ah, I see. Oh, no, you're not there. Alright, whatever. So at least we know Riku's in town. That's good. He'll hang here while we continue our search for, well, everyone else. We got Alice, and we got Kairi, we got King Mickey, and we got Jasmine. We need to start finding people. We can't really be having this list going on very much. So in this small house right here is pretty much where all of our Final Fantasy friends have congregated. I don't think there's really anything to really get, but the main purpose here is to go and talk to Sid. Can I get up in this area? No. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, I don't remember, but really right now, Sid is the very important thing that we need to talk to, because we gotta see how he's doing with our gummy blocks. You guys ever hear of Maleficent? hear she's in town. Who told you this? Who is she? A witch, man! She's a witch! Is how I would predict him saying that. She's the reason this town is full of Heartless. Don't take her lightly. Well, with a name like Maleficent, I wouldn't. She's been using the Heartless for years. We lost our world, thanks to her. One day, a swarm of Heartless took over our world. That was 9 years ago today, when Sora was but a wee lad. I got out of that mess and came here with these guys. That's awful. Our ruler was a wise man named Ansem. He dedicated his life to studying the Heartless. His report should tell us how to get rid of the Heartless. Where's this report? We don't know. Pretty sure we covered this a few episodes ago. It got scattered when our world was destroyed. I'm sure Maleficent's got most of the pages.
You see, it's just as I told you. While you toiled away trying to find your dear friend, he quite simply replaced you with some new companions. Evidently, now he values them far more than he does you. You're better off without that wretched boy. Now think no more of him and come with me. I'll help you find what you're searching for.
Lies! I call lies! Stop feeding him lies. So, you delivered that book? I did indeed actually deliver that book. That navigation gummy's installed and ready to go. Sweet. You find another one, you bring it to me. I threw in a warp gummy, for the heck of it. Huh, that was very generous of you, Sid. I greatly appreciate. We got a warp G. We don't even have to put it on the ship. It's just automatically there. Now you can jump to worlds you've been to before, which will make traveling so much easier. Well, better get back to my real job. Like the accessory shop? What's my real job? You'll see. See me at the first district. Oh, you couldn't just tell us? Like, why such a mystery? I've been thinking about the bell in the second district. That one that rang a bit ago? It was actually quite a bit ago, but whatever. The one above the Gizmo Shop. There's a legend about it, you know. Really? Do tell. But it's all boarded up. Nobody can get in there, because boards are so difficult for us to get past. Heck, go check it out. Ring it 3 times to see if anything happens. How do you know to ring it 3 times? Like, where did you get your information from, Sid? Oh well, no big deal. That's pretty much our next destination, sorry. We need to go to the Gizmo Shop. And along the way, we are going to have a bunch of these Heartless in order to deal with, because they're just going to kind of appear and do all kinds of craziness. So, let me clear out these guys, and I will meet you at the Gizmo Shop. Let's go! Alright, Goofy leveled up and learned Tornado. Tornado is another offensive ability that Goofy learns. I mean, actually push the right buttons, here we go. And basically what it is he jumps into the air and he swings his shield around like a crazy person, basically like a tornado. This move is so much better in Kingdom Hearts 2 as compared to Kingdom Hearts 1, and the only way for me to equip it is to remove something like Treasure Magnet, Jackpot, or both Rocket and Charge, so I'm just going to kind of leave it for right now. There's no need to continue on with it, so... Anyway, moving on, back to my journey to the Gizmo Shop. Alright, that was a fairly large amount of running around and fighting, getting a lot of items and whatnot. No extra levels, but a few things here and there in order to help me out a little bit later in the synthesis shop area once that finally gets unlocked. And here we are inside of the Gizmo Shop. Remember that thing that I turned on, I guess you can say, that battery that we had to light up with the the thunder spell back at the end of the last episode. By doing that, you were able to activate all of the lifts and motions and everything like that here in the Gizmo Shop. And it was necessary to do that because there's a bunch of buttons up top for you to be able to push in order for you to do your next thing that needs to be done, and that would be to ring the bell. There's also several rounds of bad guys in here, a bunch of Heartless and things like that, so let me clear these guys out quickly. We'll go do what we gotta do in the Gizmo Shop, and then go and see if we can find that bell. Donald's strength went up. Man, it sometimes felt like that those guys were just never going to end. It's like after you defeated one wave, immediately the next wave popped in, and then the next, and then the next. I want to say there's like 6 or 7 waves of guys that you have to fight before the Gizmo Shop is finally cleared out, so it's not a bad place to grind in because it's a small area, so think about that whenever you want to maybe get a few levels. Anyway, right there, as you saw, that was the first of 3 buttons that we needed to push. I'm checking around just to make sure that there's no other chests around these areas, but there's these little, like, grooves that stick up in the floor. You can see that right in front of Sora. We're going to walk into it, and we're going to push it down. You don't really hear any, like, clicking sound to let you know that you did it, but you will get that you've done it sound once you've done all 3 of them, which actually I jumped to the wrong side. There it is. It's over there. Okay, let's get over there. Let's hit the 3rd and final little switch. And we get the you did it sound. I like that sound. Before you leave the Gizmo Shop, why don't you watch this clock here, because eventually it's going to... Come on. Come on. It's almost there. Almost. And stop. Look at that. If you examine it, it stopped at 6:54, and you get 2 postcards. So keep an eye on that as you're in the Gizmo Shop. Again, that'll only work when you use the thunder spell in order to activate the battery, the charger, or whatever the heck that thing was back in the 3rd district that you needed to cast thunder on. So that prevents you, I guess, from getting those postcards early in the game, maybe? I don't know. Climbing the ladder back up into this area, we have a lot of these guys in order to deal with. Looks like one of every color that we've so far faced: a red, a blue, a yellow, a green, and a level up for Sora, plus a few more items. Alright guys, let's go. Go away. That was probably not the best move to do because the green guy gained health, and then there was a yellow one in there that I think gained a little bit of strength. Alright, there he goes. I beat him. And we got a blue one that's kind of off the middle of nowhere, so I had to fire... Wait, I thought I got him. Hey! Where'd you go? That was weird. Alright, go away. Now where'd that other blue guy go? There he is! Come on, guys. He's just one Heartless. Oh, whatever. I love that stun impact. Oh, man, that thing has been saving my life left and right, especially when there's huge enemies around. Okay, let us use our Trinity Charge and bust down these boards, because apparently nobody else in the town has the ability to take out boards. I don't know why they weren't able to get it, but Sid cleverly knew to ring the bell 3 times. I don't know what he's been figuring out in his spare time, but whatever. Ring, ring, ring. Alright, so that goes down to the fountain in the beginning area. That'll rotate it once. So I assume that's going to happen again when we ring the bell for a 2nd time. There we go. 2nd rotation. Ooh, things are getting a lot more shiny and bright and lit up like. So, number 3. Let's see what happens when you ring the bell 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice! And we get a fountain show like at the Bellagio, and boom! There is the keyhole for Traverse Town. That seemed easy. Maybe a little too easy. But don't look a gift goofy in the mouth. Let us... Alright, get out of the way of the pillars. Okay, these pillars show 3 bells as well. In case you decide to come here before going to Sid, it kind of is a little hint as well to what you need to do. There's 3 bells all over the place, even in the front of the fountain. So, let's go and lock it up. Make everyone proud. Oh, jeez. Hey, it's you! It's the guard armor. You decided to come back. I thought we beat you last time. Well, you know what? We are quite a bit stronger now. We have a lot more abilities. And so you have nothing on us. We're going to get in. We're going to smack your hands to get some tech points so you don't do that stupid tornado move. Spin, spin, spin. I can get close enough and swing it. There we go. Yeah, none of this. None of your shenanigans this time around, you stupid armor. Ah, see? Beat you already. Simple. Easy. Right? Uh-oh. Alrighty then, here we go. Again, another final boss in Traverse Town, this time for real. Instead of the guard armor, we have the opposite armor. A Heartless that guards the Keyhole in Traverse Town. It is a modified form of the guard armor, but it is more powerful. The opposite armor is, once again, like the guard armor, made up of 3 separate components. You have the gauntlets, which are now its feet instead of hands. They each have 135 HP. They won't give you any experience, but when you defeat one of them, you'll get 15 1-point HP balls and 1 5-point HP ball. So it gives you a little bit more health back when you beat them. What once was its feet is now its hands, are the hammer legs, still mean the same thing. 270 HP each, and they drop the same amount of HP balls as the gauntlet. The center point of it is still called the Armored Torso. This time it has 900 HP, will give you 390 experience, and the Air Elemental, aka the Arrow spell, after you defeat it. So it is well worth your time to defeat it, because, well, you have to anyway. The opposite armor really has no new attacks to it per se. It's still going to send all of its pieces at you independently. Sometimes it throws them all at once. Sometimes it goes individual things and whatnot. The one thing you do have to worry about is it has the ability to shoot a giant beam of, or a giant ball of energy out of the armored torso itself. It's right there. There it is. That ball will actually do a lot of damage, but it's very easily dodged, and as you can see, he is also just as easily taken down as he was in his original form. Shake it up, yo. And of course, he has to dissipate in all dramatic size again, just like the last time. But we attain the power of wind. Learn spell Arrow, which is a great defensive spell. You want to cast that on Sora in order to make sure that you don't take much damage. But I'll explain that later when we actually get a chance to use it. For right now, let's lock it up. And we attained a Navi G-piece. Like the 2 that we already gave to Sid, but now we have another one, so yay! Alright, so we got the Navi G-piece, that's awesome. Might as well go to Sid and ask him about it, because he is the master of gummies, and he said to meet him in the 1st district. He's actually not in his shop, he is standing right on the corner, so there we go, right here next to, well, the ledge, I guess, so let's give him a chat, shall we? Hey, now that was quick. I guess you can say that. Now you know, I'm in the gummy block business. Yes, we know that. And we're very happy about that, actually. Working on your gummy ship sure was great. Come again and I'll give you a big discount. Not really, but it's something. But we get a Comet G. Go ahead, take it. It's a special giveaway. Thanks, Sid. Much appreciated. So now if you talk to Sid, again, because we have to show him the block that we have. It's another navigation gummy. I'll bet you want it installed. Actually, that would be the point of us handing it to you. Absolutely. Yes, please. Looks like this is another one of those blocks that comes in sets. Oh. You gotta find the mate to this one, because they mate for life, like penguins. Okay, so we need to go find another gummy block in order to use that and whatnot. But if you talk to him, you have a bunch of different menu options that show up, specifically the shop feature, in which you're now able to go through and buy all kinds of things for your gummy ship. Most important things would be the comm level 2 in order to be able to attach more blocks and whatnot. Spray changes color, and then you have guns and Isunas and things along that way. So I'm going to do all this off camera, so this way I can build up the gummy ship as see fit. Plus you can go right to him to the menu. You don't have to go back out to the main screen to go into the gummy ship garage in order to put stuff together. We lock Traverse Town. I don't know. Does that activate the new stuff? Huey, Dewey, and Louie will sell new things as you progress further into the game, and it's always nice to check them every so often, see if they have anything new. No, they do not. Okay. Again, always nice to check to see if they have anything new. Unfortunately, right now, they do not, so it's just the same old stuff. If you want to buy any more of those, by all means. If not, hold on to your money. I would actually suggest holding on to your money, but if you need some potions and whatnot, go for it. And we are actually going to head into the accessory shop. And this is where we are going to save up and call it an episode. What the? Hello? Okay, well, we can't just leave this not checked out, so.
Well, as I live and breathe, if it isn't Pinocchio.
Oh, hi, Jiminy.
What in the world are you doing down here?
Playing hide and seek.
I just don't believe it. And here I was, up all night just worried sick about you. Why, of all the Pinocchio!
Pinocchio, are you telling me the truth? I'm gonna say no, Jiminy. Yes, I'm still gonna say no. Then tell me, what is this? It looks like a potion. It's a present. No fibbing now. It could be a present. You know you're not supposed to tell lies. A lie only grows and grows till you get caught. Plain as the nose on your face. That's why his nose grows. It was said in the movie, actually. But if you want something, why wait? Why not just take it? Because that's called stealing. Just to point that out. Oh my. Who told you that? You need some advice from your conscience. And that would be us. That's right. You're my conscience, Jiminy. I'll never tell lies as long as you're around. Oh, and apparently that was enough to shrink his nose back down to standard wood size. You need to be good so you can become a real boy. You promised Geppetto you would be, right? Oh, do you know where Father is? That's a good question, actually. He's not with you? Jiminy, let's go find Father. I don't think a puppet's gonna really do so well with that, so... Now hold on. There are all sorts of dangers and temptations out there. I'll go find Geppetto, so you just wait here. These fellows here will be helping me. We will now? Will we? Yeah, right, Sora, we will. Okay. Well, shall we go, Sora? Okay. Could have asked us first, but you know what? How can you say no to a walking wooden puppet? Actually, you can say no to that pretty easily. That kind of scares me. I'm not a big fan of the living puppet motif, but hey, whatever. This was a very random scene to walk into the accessory shop too, and if you notice also behind the counter there was nobody selling anything. That'll get changed a little bit later once Sid's assistant, I guess, whoever it is, comes and starts selling accessories from behind the counter. Alright, so that's that. That probably made this episode a little bit longer than I was intending, but heck, it's Pinocchio, why not? That sets us up for a world a little bit later on, actually right after the events of the next world, or at least that's how I would like to do it. Anywho, speaking of the next world, in the next episode, we will be jumping into our gummy ship, flying to a new area with the Warp Gummy, and then using all of our new stuff to make it to a... Okay, hold on. A whole new world. Alright, that's good enough. No more crazy singing and whatnot. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to rate and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can get equipped with me, MetalBlade427. Until next time, everyone, I promise I won't sing anymore, and you all have a good one, and I will catch you all later.